stretched out over. And so when something's stretched out, you don't always like connect the dots. But it's just a miracle that's happening. You know,
and that's our lives.
Right.
We don't connect the dots.
That's right. Exactly.
But it's our lives. Hashem is unfolding the miracle of our life. And if we just, stay tuned and not turn off the screen and enjoy it as it like evolves, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good to go. Or we're good to stay. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
So we have a beautiful Parsha this week. It's called Teruma. Can you hear me? So Teruma, it shows again Hashem's love for us because chronologically, what happens next week is golden calf. I'm not talking about healers or greater today. And you could have more souls. It just touched my heart. So I really love that. We're talking about Teruma, where Hashem shows us his love because he says, make for me a mishkan. Anyone whose heart wants to donate. And wait a minute, what really happened in the history chronologically is we had just gone through the golden calf. We had fallen into the lowest places of the three most serious sins. And we felt so bad. We thought, me? Contribute, donate to the Mishkan. The Mishkan is the word Shachain, Shrina. I have nothing to do with Hashem. I felt so bad. Hashem doesn't want me. He's not interested. Oh, thank you so much. Anybody want to read it? Yeah, me first. What did I hear about somebody who's a teenager, probably by now he's in his 20s, and he's going to social work with his social worker, and he's doing a paper on it, and the idea of the paper was that family is very important in hierarchy of the world. Family is important, and he said family is everything. He said what? Family is everything, and he before was so far from his father, and then on the stage they hugged each other because he came back to the love of his father because he showed him love. And
but he showed love when he was little.
That's why but then he made up for it. He made up for it. He showed him big time love. And Hashem is showing us love even if we can't feel it or understand it. So here we are by the Mishkan. Hashem says, come and contribute and donate whatever's in your heart to donate for the Mishkan. And we're thinking, what? Me? After there was a Avodah, there was idol worship, there was killing, and there was idolatry by the golden calf. I'm going to contribute and donate to the Mishkan. So it reminds me, I got this from Reb Fisher Schechter and Reb Yossi Zaks. He says that Moda'ani. When do we say Moda'ani? Who knows when we say Moda'ani?
Open our eyes.
When we open our eyes. First thing in the morning. Do you mind sharing, together with this lady behind you here? Yes, but before even, because there's no name of Hashem. The rabbis were careful not to say Moidani Lefanav. I thank you, Hashem Elokeinu, my God. No, there's no name of Hashem. So we say it before washing hands of us. It's the first thing we do when we wake up in the morning. Why? Why is there no name of Hashem? Why is it the first thing? So we just woke up, and I read that there was a study done that for 8 seconds after waking up, a person should not get out of bed. It's not how, need time for the blood to get where it should go and all the other pathways. In other words, you shouldn't just jump out because it would be like, unstable on his feet or faint. And that's how long does it take? A certain type of stroke that some people get. Thank you. And how many seconds does it take to say Moida'ani? 8 seconds. Yeah, Hashem, we don't need this study to prove to us that Hashem is great, but it
That
always,
on many levels, how important it is.
right,
Yeah.
exactly, our
Yeah.
body, our soul, and Hashem's wisdom is just over everything and above and beyond. So we say it when we're impure, before we wash our hands, and we're starting the day on the right foot. A person can get up, oh, what I have to face today, I'm turning over and going back to sleep. I can't. Tests, the problems, I'm juggling so many things on my plate. I can't do it today. I just can't. Good night. Turn over. Today I'm going to put an X by. We'll try tomorrow. So say, my dad, thank you. I'm alive. I'm breathing. You gave me back my soul. And also it shows us how much Hashem loves us, because after what I did yesterday, after what I read or saw or was mean or spoke Lashon Hara, God forbid, or I'm going to say Modani and start all over. Yes, Hashem believes in you. He loves you. In fact, the last words of Modani is, thank you for giving me back my soul. There's a paper here of the sources. Like to okay, but you can come closer for 10 minutes because I can't talk too loud. It's secret. I'm telling secrets.
Yeah.
What? So, thank you, Hashem, for giving me back my soul. The chemla with kindness. Rava Emuna, see how much I believe in you. Why is it Rava Emuna Secha? You believe in me. I'm going to make a good day, even if I blew it yesterday with the able. Even if I blew it yesterday big time. You believe in me. You're giving me your stamp of trust. I believe in you. You can do it. You can have a good day. I jump out of bed. After those 8 seconds, I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to start my day. Hashem has trusted me. He loves me. He's giving me a whole new day. So, we start to recognize and appreciate the things that we often take for granted, like breath. Like we woke up. Remember COVID? I mean, I understand it's still around, but it doesn't take over our lives. I remember I threw out the garbage at 10 p.m. No one was around, and we got all our shopping from online. And after a year or so, I went to Barcode, that's the neighborhood. I saw the cashier, like my best friend. I started telling her about my grandchildren. Like, I never said hello to her in my life. She's a person. I wanted to hug her, but it was still COVID, and also it was really crazy, a little crazy. Okay. Then it was COVID, and then everything. Did you see a picture of Kennedy Airport? Nothing. Quiet. Dead. Kennedy Airport, bustle. Fifth Avenue and Broadway. Nothing. Hashem could turn the world upside down, surprise us. Who would have thought 3 years ago there was a father of the bride at a wedding, and he was wearing gloves and he didn't kiss anyone. You're so happy you came to my daughter's wedding, and he shook his hand that way, the elbows. People thought he was nuts. We were so naive. Hashem could do it. The whole Geula could come tonight. Something will surprise us for good. I mean, everything's good, but the real good. Never imagine.
That's a good analogy. That how quickly the world has transformed with this insanity of the COVID. That's how quickly, or even quicker, that like Mashiach could be here and the whole world would transform from life.
Or personal good.
Yeah.
Our whole life could be v'nahafachu. This idea of perf. Everything switched from bad to good, from evil, from mourning to joy. Everything in our own personal life. Just have to hang on in there. The story's not over. How do we know it's not over? It's not yet good.
Right.
It's good end. It's going to be a good ending. So
we shouldn't forget those times to be grateful that we can now be together and we don't have to walk around.
to remember the darkness, so we'll appreciate the light. Otherwise, okay, light, that's part of life. Okay, getting together. We were on Zoom for so long. So Lechovitzer said, with Hashem, you could fly over the stars. Without Hashem's help, you can't move a foot. You can't move a finger. You can't walk through the threshold. So when we're contemplating, should I get up or not? There's too much on my plate, too many issues. I can't face the day. That's not what it's about. It's about Hashem, will you help me? And please help me. And if you're helpful, I'm on. I'm ready for it because you're there by my side helping me. Hashem iti etzli with me totally. And this is a way to start positivity. This is a way to start the day in a positive, on the right foot. And when the day goes well, the Yitzchak of Gorka said, the week will go well. If Maidani goes well, it influences the day, the week, the Shabbos, and the life. So let's start our life on the right foot, which is the Maidani while we're still tamid. And this older man was sick in COVID during Corona. He was in the hospital on a respiratory, like on a machine. Yeah, he had trouble breathing. After he got a bill for $10,000 after a 10-day hospital stay, he started crying. So they were very nice and kind, and they somewhere in the West, or somewhere in the States. I said, you know, I'm really sorry. We can maybe give you like long payment term, or maybe we can lower the bill. He said, that's not why I'm crying. Here, he's 80 years old. He said, for 80 years, I've been breathing on my own every day. Calling the Neshama, every Neshima is that our Neshama is breathing, is alive inside of us. And I never thought to thank you. And now you charge me $2,000 a day to breathe. Thank you, Hashem, for those 80 years, and it was free. It was free. And I took it, we know, whoever thinks of our knee, until it starts hurting. You run up mountains, down the stairs. Thank you, Hashem. So we should not need these reminders to thank Hashem and to appreciate it. We should just thank Him. I'm alive, he said, by Dani this morning. And there was a Rav, it was very funny. He, like a very sweet yid, an older man, someone asked him, Schechter asked him, how do you feel when you get up in the morning? He answered, surprised. Like 95 years old. There was another man who was Yom Kippur, old man, he was fasting, he's getting close to Elah. He's feeling weak, he fainted. So quickly, around the shul were like 10 men from Ezer Mitzion, from First Aid. He took him out to give him some air. He wakes up outside, he looks up, he sees like 10 people surrounding him. He said, Ben Dorton, I thought I'm running the next world, because he thought these were angels, So there's a organization in Yerushalayim that's brings people back to Judaism to thank Hashem and to keep Shabbos. And there was a boy there, like a teenage boy, and they didn't know if he has Jewish roots. He comes from a Jewish family. He didn't know anything about Shabbos, lighting candles, Hanukkah, all the, Rosh Hashanah, never heard of it. So one thing he remembers, his mother used to always sing, I remember the song, but I think it was Chastei Hashem, Kilo Sam, Kilo Chalu Rachman, thank you Hashem for all your kindness. She could sing it. She didn't know what the words, she didn't know what it meant. She sang it all through his childhood. He learned the song. He asked her, Mom, where's this song from? She doesn't know the words. So Chastei Hashem, thank you Hashem, but she sang it her whole life. She said when she was on that march at the end of the war, they were marching and many people died. She was next to a man, he kept singing this song. And she learned it on that march, the death march. She was singing, thank you Hashem for all your kindness. And it turned out he was the Klosenberger Rebbe. And from that, really, she learned how we can thank Hashem even then. Look, he lost a wife and 11 children, and he went on to build a whole Sans, the hospital there, and marry and have a family. Yeah, that's Hashem. Yeah, Hashem's kindness. Yes. Chastei Hashem kilo samnu kilo chalu rachamav. The kindness of Hashem never stops. His mercy never finishes. I could sing it later. So this is
Rachel, I wanted to ask you when you said that you did the whole week in oil because I just
what?
But I have the wax covered.
Karen, are you talking to us? Are you on the phone? Are you talking to me? You have a question?
It's Sephora. It's Sephora.
Oh, you don't
Sephora is
know.
asking me.
And whatever kind of week that is, that's the one that works.
The simcha of the month of Adar is we relinquish control. We have to be on top of everything. Just sit back and enjoy the show. sit back and enjoy the show. Hashem's taking care of us. What does it say on my fridge? Good morning. This is Hashem. I will be taking care of all your problems today. So relax. And I don't need your help. So relax. Have a good day. It's like, we read it every day, but there's so many things
Like total
fridge.
bachata.
Oh, total. And that's one reason we start our day with Moida'ani. And so we don't write ourselves off. What I did yesterday, the eagle, the golden calf, and we move on. So there's a Medrash on this Parsha, Terumin. It says, Ani Yeshena, V'libi Er. It's a Medrash of Shir Hashirim, the love song that Shlomo Melech wrote. I am asleep and my heart is awake. And it goes on the rabbis to explain it. I am asleep with the Chet HaEgel, with the golden calf. Remember the big sins, the Libi air, and my heart is awake, the Mishkan. How does Hashem show that he trusts us? Like Modani, Rabba Munasefa, you have trusted me. You're my cheering squad. You know I can do it. He said right after the Eagle, make me a Mishkan. Give me whatever you have. I love you. Mishkan, Shechina. And by the Eagle, only gold is good enough. Eagle Hazav, the golden calf. Give me gold or give me nothing. By the Mishkan, give me gold. If you don't have gold, give me copper, silver. If you don't have that, give me material. Not this. Give me material. It's expensive. Give me material. Anything. By a Jew, an Akuda Tova, anything inside of it is very, very precious to Hashem. He doesn't need or even want you to be perfect. He has many perfect beings called the angels. He chose to live amongst us. He's going to leave that abode, come down to us, Shechina, and live within us. And what do the Mishkan? What do we learn from the Mishkan? It moved around. It was in the desert. It's still holy when it was destroyed. It's so Jewish ups and downs. We have our gold, and we also have our less expensive, pure desires and points. All of them. Hashem loves all of them. Give me your bod. Give me anything. I just love you so much. Let's have a relationship. And you can do it. It shows his trust in us. And this is what we learn from this. I'm Yeshena. I'm asleep. I'm under the covers. I'm depressed. What I did, forget it. I'm not starting all over. What did they see? They saw the body of Moshe Rabbeinu flying in the air. They thought he was dead. What really was is that he left his body so that his neshama could be in heaven for 40 days and 40 nights. That's above the body. And there were dancers there. There were men and women. There was a lot going on. The Yitzhar pushed all his buttons. But he didn't sin. I'm looking at who didn't sin. The women. It says Miriam took the tov, the drum, and they started singing. That joy of Kedusha, the joy of holiness, gave us, the women, immunity. We were immune to the drawing of
So the
joy.
women didn't help build the base, the golden calf.
Right.
And also the tribe of Yehuda also was it?
I don't know, but
Yeah, there's a tribe.
maybe. Thank you. And so, us women, we can do it. What does it say? We brought the Geula in Egypt, and we'll bring the Geula in this generation by our steadfast immunity, by our singing and dancing against all odds. It gives us immunization not to fall for that kind of music, and that kind of Yitzhar wants us to get into his trap. He doesn't give up. We can learn from him never to give up. He's a great Eichum Yayo. She's a great wrestler. Yitzhar. He never gives up. You know, he just keeps pounding and zooming in like a mosquito. Do that. Aren't you upset at yourself? Aren't you sad? You should be very sad. No, forget him. I am immune to this. I'm one of the women that sing and dance. We're Miriam Hanavi, all of us. And they didn't fall into the hate of the ego. And what does Hashem say in the first pasuk? If somebody would like to read it in Hebrew, and then we'll go to the English, I would so really appreciate it. We would love it. It's chapter 125, pasuk 1 and 2, chapter 25. On the first page.
Daber el bnei Israel.
Who can read the English?
Wait,
Anybody have
where are
glasses?
Page 1. Daber el bnei Israel.
Okay.
Can you read us the English?
ויקחו לי תרומה. ואת כל איש אשר ידברו ליבו תיקחו את תרומתי.
Right, and Rashi says on this,
ידבר ליבו לשון נדבה, לשון רצון טוב.
So Diva slave, Hashem is asking us to give a contribution, a donation to build the Mishkan from our heart, from our good ratzon, from our will, from our wanting to be good. These are the same people that just yesterday or just recently made the golden calf. And what is he saying? Call Ish Yisrael. The word is every single one of us. Call Ish, every one of us, even those that participated and sinned big and bad, have the inside in our heart the desire to be good, to contribute to the. No one's written off in Hashem's book. It's the opposite. Hashem gives us another chance. Hashem loves us. He brings us in again. Start a fresh day. Say, Moda'ani, come to my Mishkan. We're on. We're moving. We're not stuck back there in sin, disappointment, depression. We're alive. We're alive. Moda'ani. And so we learn from this how much Hashem loves us and gives us another chance and wants our closeness. And this is based called Ish. Even the Jewish people that sin, if your heart is still beating, then a libo, if your heart is still beating, it means Hashem wants you. If he woke you up this morning, say, my God, jump out of bed. It means he still wants you. The birthday, what did the Babish Rebbe say? When you were born, it means the world couldn't get along without you. And the birthday is a very important day. It's just beautiful. It's just so special. Oh. Every single person has the capacity to come up to the level of the Divas Halev, wanting to give, Ratzon. And one Rav, maybe the Chidushei Harim again from Ger, he said, the donations of the Mishkan was the goof. We donated gold, copper, material. But what was the neshama, the soul of the Mishkan? Our ratzon, our desire. Hashem saw our love behind it. That's what means more than, 20 shekels, $20. It's tzedakah. It's wonderful, but what does it show? My ratzon. And that was the neshama compared to the group. The donations were the group, the body, and the ratzon behind it was the neshama. And Hashem showed us that each of us have a pure neshama. Just like we were saying before, on the outside I fake it or I pretend to be happy. Even on the inside I'm the whole sad, I'm heavy. But under that whole sad and heavy is the real me. Under that layer, the lowest, deepest layer, is the same as what I'm faking and pretending to be. It's the love, it's the joy, it's the simcha, being close to Hashem, knowing how much he loves me personally. Each of us is his only daughter, intimately, caringly, lovingly. So we connect the pureness of our soul with our actions, and then it all comes to be one. And the Zohar says that there are 100 sockets in the base of Medrash, in the Mishkan, and that corresponds to the 100 brachos we say every single day. We could say to ourselves, I blew it so badly, now what? Now what? Hashem says, give me 100 brachos. Say 100 times, Hashem. Say, Hashem, you're great, you're greater, you're greatest. That counts. Say, show me how much together we're one. And the Ramah says in Torah's Olam, each of us is a small world, and each of us is the Mishkan. Each of us represents a part of the Mishkan. And he goes on to say, the Kodesh Kodeshim, the Holy of Holies, where the Kruva were, is our mind. And our mind should be just good, pure, happy thoughts, positive thoughts. Yeah, we just wish that we shouldn't even think that much, because overthinking can go the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's the next step to being like sad and then giving up and then depressed. Forget it. It's a route we don't want to go down. It's like a slippery. You know what? We think, but we move on. Thinking has its place, but if you get into it too much, it's not helpful. It's not good. And so the moach should be just left pure. What I
To be in the moment, it's a very hard thing, but it's really the way. Otherwise, if we're not in the moment, we're thinking in the past or we're worried about the future. So
And we don't
but
live.
it's a really
We
hard
miss.
thing.
We miss.
Yeah, we did.
10:39 on Monday morning. We miss life. Right. Because what is our life? 10:39 on Monday morning. So let's enjoy it.
I think also like not only thinking of too much information. How you go on and you're learning on this and then you worry about this and they tell you that this, maybe you have this. Start getting on too much information. Leave me alone. I want to be with Hashem. I want to have a mullah. I want to be with I don't want to think too much. I don't want to think too much. I don't want to know too much.
The Medical Association in America during COVID said, don't listen to the news so much about COVID. They said a couple of we say just because the word machshava, the same letters as v'simcha. We can move our minds to the point of I'm alive, I'm a Jew. I said we're dying. I made shahako on my coffee.
My first thing in this country, everybody, the Israelis, they listen to the news every hour. It's on the bus and it's everywhere. And they always were predicting war. Remember, I've been here 30 years. You know, Lebanon's gonna attack, Syria's gonna attack, Jordan, Egypt's gonna attack. Like, and you're all the time in fear. And I said, that's it. I'm not listening to the news. I'm not gonna be on the news before we had telephone. And anything that's important to know, I'll know. And it's really true. Whenever there is, God forbid, something, the war, even in the firm world, they know it. You hear people calling people, oh, did you hear it? Meaning I needed to, and then I could be more relaxed.
Live in the moment. Enjoy
I'm not
life.
thinking about, do I need to go buy space to steal in my room? Because maybe this is all these fears that we're being.
And people might,
and nothing happened. Even in the war, nothing happened.
people could call us crazy, right? Well, you're not up to date, you're not informed, you're not a normal, regular citizen, you're not a full human being. I would rather be crazy and foolish than sad and normal. I'd rather be crazy and happy. Better to be crazy and happy, may normally be absurd. And normal and sad. I'll go for it. If I have a choice, I'll go for it. Because what's crazy, what's normal. What's crazy in the eyes of the world is very normal, very normal. It's throwing it on. How could you, what, Hashem pays the rent? How could you believe in Hashem? Hashem pays the rent. Of course, he wants me to go out and work towards the rent. That's being crazy. That's being crazy. Just on my shoulders. I can't. They're not wide enough. Sag down. I'll sink. That's what's called a healthy kind of letting it go. Like what's the Chadusha room said, this is Agro. Just let go. Let Hashem in. Let go. Let enjoy. He was not mentioned his name even once in the whole Megillah. It doesn't say Hashem, but he was orchestrating the whole Megillah. And if we can realize that and let go and live the moment, we have a chance. We have a chance. Otherwise, it's too heavy. It's too overwhelming. So something beautiful about the crushing that we have in the Mishkan. It came from the Atzei Shitim that Yaakov planted back in Egypt. He said to his children, we're running out, we're scared. He says, wait, here's the Atzei Shitim. I planted here, you're going to be in the desert one day, and you're going to have a Mishkan, and they were created just for the Mishkan. Talking about it. What's Yaakov talking? He saw ahead. The other things, the gold, where did that come from? The Avnei Shoham in the Mishkan came from clouds. And what are these Atzei Shitim? Omdi. We stand up straight. We're back in Egypt. This teaches us, this is encouragement not to put a big X on our past. Yes, I came from slavery. Yes, I was down there. I'm not going to blot out that part of my life. I'm going to use it for who I am today. Omdi. It's going to keep me stable, and I'm going to stand with it with pride. I'm not going to forget about it, not let anybody know. It's part of me to be who I am, and that's so healthy. And then I can be the best of who I can be. We'll say the best version of who I am. I am who I am. That's the best. That's the best. Another thing that we used in the Beis Hamikdash was we used something called, no, Amy's here. I always, it's called Tachash. Tachash was a kind of wild beast. It existed only at the time of the tabernacle of the Mishkan. It was multicolored. And so Targum translates it as Sas Guna, Sas Gavna. Gavna means Givun, like all the different shades of the rainbow. That's the different shades. And Sas is multicolored. Multicolored. The word sas also means happy. Sason v'simcha. Heard the word like sason v'simcha. It's a happy. So this tachash was happy with all its shades. To be the best version of who I am is to be me. To be me, to remember I was once in Egypt. I was once a slave. And I stand strong on those atzei shitim, omdi. I'm standing. I'm not blotting that out. I'm not forgetting it. I'm not hiding it. That's who I am today. All the years of my life, all the past, wherever I was at the age of 10, 20, 30, that's part of who I am today. You look like you got 30, so 10, 20, you look young.
Oh.
And that's what made me who I am today. Hashem is teaching us, use it all. Use it all, because everything had a purpose. The mistakes have a purpose. What does it say here? It's one of my magnets. Nachgog et hanefila. Let's celebrate that we fell, because that also has a purpose. Maybe I can understand someone else. Maybe I cannot be so. Oh, how could you keep smoking? Oh, I fell and I smoked or whatever. Not exactly example for me, but how could you do that? Have a little self-control or get your life together. My life is falling apart plenty of times. If I'm chogeget, I can appreciate someone else. It has a reason, and I can move on. I can move on. I can say moida'ani even in the place of tumah, of impurity. And so this animal, the tachash, was happy with all its colors. And Hashem is teaching us, I love you so much. Be happy with whoever you are. When you're sparkly diamond day, of course you're happy. When you're gray, boring, heavy mood, be happy with that also. That's who you are. And that's who he was proud of. Oh, we're going to read it soon inside. So let's get to it. We're up to chapter 25, lesson 3. Would you read the Hebrew, please?
V'zois hatruma asher tikhu ve'itam zahav v'eser v'nehush ulo.
Good. Thank you. Can someone read in English? We're chapter 25, lesson 3. Great. Now, lesson 4.
Techeles v'argamon, t'la'at shani v'sheish v'gizi. Ve'oros elim ve'argamem ve'orot techashim ve'atzei shitim.
So here we have the word techashim, tachash. This is the animal that was created just for the Mishkan. This is the animal with multicolors, all the different shades. And he's proud and happy with whoever he is. And we too, when we're in a bad mood or a low mood, we have our we're like the moon. We're big like full moon, and then we're small like a little dot. Why do we celebrate the new month when it's a dot? Wouldn't it make sense to celebrate it when it's full, the 15th? Something to celebrate. Here, what? You have to need a magnifying glass to see it. That's exactly right. We're at that small point. We're not, when that color is drained from us. And when we're low, that's when we celebrate, because there's another life. There's a rejuvenation. I'm going back on track. The beginning. And you know what? We can have a new beginning. We don't have to wait for Rosh Hashanah or when we graduate or when anything big happens. We can start anew a few times a day. Meida'ani is anew. And even during the day, we can start all over a few times and not give up. Good to see you. Last week we danced for our kala. Mazel tov. So starting Rosh Chodesh Adar tomorrow. And Adar is a beautiful, beautiful month of joy. And Hashem is just like pouring on us, sprinkling on us clouds of joy, clouds of love, beads of sweetness, of honey. And when we think about say, Amalek, he's the opposite. He just wants to trick us up. Says Asher Korcha Badera. He got us on the way, and he cooled us off to this. In fact, one of these were sayings that I used to say all the years. So my children put it up like magnets, and we all got a. So one of the things I used to always say is, "Lo domeh knish cham me'tanor leknish shenit karer." You cannot compare a knish like knish is like a potato with flour around it with dough things, to one that's right out of the oven to one that's cold out of the fridge. It's the same ingredients, exactly, nothing changed. One is fun to eat, one another one, and one is hard to swallow. You have to work hard just to swallow. It's a cold kiddush, like you have to be starving to eat it, It's the same thing. So in Adar, we can appreciate how much Hashem loves us and start to love him back. A passion, an excitement. Wow, it's almost Shabbos. Wow, I get to say Moida Ani. Wow, I get to dress the way it gives Hashem nachas. This is all the love between Hashem and us, and we reciprocate by doing his mitzvahs, which is how he felt, how he feels. We can have that connection. And so that is the love of the Jew. That's the joy of Adar. And what did Amalek say? Asher Korcha Badera. The word Korcha means, we have to remember Amalek because he got us. He waited he was waiting to catch us. Korcha means the word kar in there, cold. He wanted to cool us off to mitzvahs. Don't be passionate about Shabbos. Don't love Shema. Don't love Hashem. Don't love Torah. Don't be excited. It's a cold Kaddish. Nothing is worth getting excited about. Yiddishkeit, for sure not. That's what he wanted to do to us. The word Korcha comes from Mikra. He said to us, everything is just happened to happen. Coincidence. There's no Hashem. What we see from the Megillah, even though his name isn't in it, Hashem's everything in our life. He's everything with our peelers and our graders. And with everything in our life, he loves us so much, each and every one of us. And that's what we can learn from, to stay away from Amalek's advice. His advice is, you did something good, big deal. You did something bad, he magnifies it. Wow, you're bad, give up, give up. No, Amalek is out. Amalek is out. Amalek is the same numerical value as safek, doubt. He puts doubt in our minds. Is Hashem really that kind? Does he really care if I do the mitzvah this way or that? Yes, he is really that kind. And yes, the way the Shulchan Aruch, the way the rabbis taught us to do the mitzvah makes very, very high, beautiful connection between us and Hashem. Let's try to do it the right way, the best way. If we can't, a little is also good. That's what we learned from Purim. The word Purim comes from Perur. You know what a Perur is? It's a crumb, like Perure Lechem, bread crumbs. The word Purim is even if you just have a few crumbs of Yiddishkeit, of mitzvahs. You said Moida'ani, you didn't do it much else all day. We had a great day. It's okay. It's a Perur. It's precious to Hashem. And Haman was the opposite. He said he had everything. He had children, he had honor, he had money, he was second in command. Achashverosh gave him everything. He said, Lo shaveli, nothing is worth it to me. Mordechai doesn't bow down to me. He was the opposite. I need everything or I'm giving up or nothing. And we say a little bit is also good. Peveri, a little crumb is also good. So we learn so much from her. We learn so much from Adar. That this is the time now to cash in from everything all year that we've been working on and wanting, and Another thing is the strength of our joy. With our joy, we can be turned on and close to Hashem and happy. Nothing can stop us. We're powerful. We learned this from Haman himself. Remember, Esther invited Haman and Ahasuerus to a party. She wanted to tell Ahasuerus, this is the wicked man who wants to kill my people. And she revealed to him at the party who she was. There were two parties, if you remember from the Megillah. At the first party, what did she say? And Ahasuerus said, tell me what you want. I'll give you half of my kingdom. What did she answer? Come tomorrow night. I would like to invite, that was her request. I'd like to invite you and Haman tomorrow night. Why on earth would she needed Haman, the enemy of the Jewish people, the lowest person in her living room?
To feel like he really was in a great position.
Yeah, that could be. But why should, wasn't one night enough to have him in her bed to serve him? Like, why'd she invite him the next night? Because the first night, he was in that great position. The first night, he was the top of the world. He was so close to Ahasuerus. He had money, he had family, he had honor. He was so happy that she couldn't cause his downfall. She couldn't overcome him and like obliterate him. The next night, the second party, what did he go through? What did he go through those last 24 hours? His daughter threw the garbage instead, the gallows, he led through the streets. He thought Ahasuerus was talking about him. What do you do to someone you want to honor? And then Ahasuerus said, go do that to Mordechai. And he was so humiliated. He was basically in a bad mood the second night. The second party, he was sad. And so Esther had the power to overcome him, to say to the king, it's Haman, he's the Russia, and he wants to kill my whole family. First night she didn't have that power.
Kind of be the opposite, like he's so haughty the first night, cut him down,
Cut him down.
Cut him down like he thinks he's so great. Just to see who you really are.
Right.
And I would think more should have rough money on him the second night. You know what I mean? That's a kind of how I.
But the first night.
It is also to create jealousy.
Like why you invite him?
So when he revealed it, he took him out right away. He didn't like wait.
I remember when
and she's on top of it.
Right.
Yeah, he begged her to take back her words. Ahasuerus came back in and Malach pushed him on her.
Right.
He says, you didn't want my wife in my home. Husband what? And also we learned the tremendous power of our joy. If she couldn't touch him because he was so happy, he's Haman, the Russia, what could happiness do for us? It protects us. It saves us, it guards us, it gives us strength, it gives us life. What could it do for us? Jewish women that want to be good, they want to learn Torah, they want to give Hashem nachas. If Simcha could help Haman, what could it do for me? For each of us. So let's enjoy letting go. Let's enjoy life. Let's laugh, sing, and dance. We have a lot of serious things we're in a good way. We're very serious about our life, about topics, about doing mitzvahs. We're very serious. Also, we have things that do weigh us down. We could all use a big, strong dosage of just laughter and joy, silliness, happiness, dancing, mamtikim. Let's work for it. And now's the best time. Tonight is Rosh. The whole year is the best time. And Adar, we get this vitamin C, long-lasting, slow. What's it called? The vitamin C? Slow release. Get it for the whole year.
Time release.
Time release. So, Baruch Hashem, we had a good time, and wish all of you a happy to feel Hashem's love, to feel the joy, and that simcha get us through everything. That's our power. That's our life. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very inspiring. Inspiring.
Bye-bye. Have a week. Good Friday.
Good.
Basket, Traeger. Anybody?